Well, it's Sunday night at the Brambles, and Miss Beverly has gone down to Key West, Florida, to be with her daughter for a while. And anyway, I'm sitting here trying to play catch up on Sunday night at the Brambles, and I'm trying to do this on my own. I hope I get it done. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little bit late for this, but I know Mother's Day was last week, and if y'all know much about me, you know how I feel about mothers. The Bible teaches that, if you go to Proverbs 22, verse 6, it says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart from that. And I think with you mothers, you're a lot like the church. You need to be encouraged a lot. You guys have got a full-time job. You guys just are so amazing how you can work all day and take care of the kids, get them up, get them dressed, wash clothes, fix supper, and us guys, I think we take that for granted. I don't ever want to take that for granted for you mothers. But I do want to encourage you to raise up a child in the way they should go. And I'm living proof of that. My mother, there's a song that said, I'm the only hell my mama ever raised. Well, that's me. That's my song. If I could sing that song, I would. But my mother, as I went on to live like the prodigal son, to just go plumb crazy as a teenager, my mother stayed on her knees praying for me. And let me just tell you this. Don't take your mothers for granted. And you mothers that are out there that might be looking at this, I just want to encourage you to keep your children in church. It's a whole lot easier to have them in church and raise them than it is not to have them in church and try to raise them, especially in this day of time with all the internet and all the stuff that goes on with this internet. It is absolutely, it's mind-boggling what goes on that internet stuff. And you know me, I'm not much on that thing. But anyway, I'd like to encourage you guys, I'm living proof that there is hope. And if you pray, just keep praying. If your child goes off and does something and they decide they're going to go off on their own and they don't want to talk to you or whatever that may be, don't give up. There's still hope. And just keep praying because it worked for me. My mother, real quick, I was raised old school. I remember going to the doctor twice in my lifetime, from child to teenager. At one time I was bit by a dog that just bit me across the face, and that's the reason I'm as ugly as I am, I guess. I don't know. But in another time, my father and I was in a car accident, and that's the only time I ever remember going to the doctor for anything. And but I do remember being sick, and I remember my mama sitting on the edge of the bed, and let me tell you, she would take Vicks Vapor Rub and rub it on my chest, put it on my feet, and then she'd take a spoonful of Vicks Vapor Rub and expect me to swallow that. And Lord help us, I either was well in the morning or I was scared to be sick, one of the two, but I was always well and never did spend hardly any time at all in the doctor's office. My mother passed away when I was 19 years old, and I've got a lot of apologizing to do to her when I see her in heaven, and that day is going to come. But anyway, I want to just encourage you mothers as you raise your children to just raise them in a Christian home, and especially raise them in church, keep them in church, and you're going to have a better shot at this life, especially as crazy as this life is. But this is a sweet song that, it's an old song. Brother Finley was a pastor of mine years and years ago. That's first time I ever heard this song. It's called The Sweetest Mother. And for you mothers out there, this song goes out to you. Let me say this. If your mother's still alive, please spend some time cherishing the time that you have with her, because I can promise you when they pass away and they go on to be with the Lord, they get to be more perfect every day. And some of the things that used to aggravate me about my mom, I would give anything to be able to hear her do the things that aggravated me again today, and how perfect she has gotten since she has gone. But this song's called The Sweetest Mother. Here we go. I'm going to get this done, and we'll see how this works out for us. But here we go. She's a little old-fashioned, that sweet mother of mine. There's many whose beauty will my mother's outshine. She's a little old-fashioned as I plainly can see. But she is forever sweetest mother to me. She's a little old-fashioned, but she's sweeter each day. I adore her plain features and her thin locks of gray. There's a glory around her, God abides it may be, but she is forever the sweetest mother to me. Well, she's a little old-fashioned, that old mother of mine, though even her plainness now my heartstrings entwine. Other hands may be whiter, but none others so dear, 'cause she smoothed my pillow for a many a year. She's a little old-fashioned, but she's sweeter each day. I adore her plain features and her thin locks of gray. There's a glory about her, God abides it may be, for she is forever sweetest mother to me. She's a little old-fashioned, she stays closely at home, so calm and contented, although others may roam. And in tender young childhood, she was a shelter for me. And she who graced it, dearest ever will be. She's a little old-fashioned, but she's sweeter each day. I adore her plain features, her thin locks of gray. There's a glory about her, God abides it might be, for she is forever sweetest mother to me. Yes, she is forever sweetest mother to me. Happy Mother's Day to you guys. Sorry it's a week late, and hopefully I'll do a little better about staying on task. I will, and I've had a great week. I hope you've had a great week, and we'll look forward to seeing what God's got in store for us next week. It's been a good week, so we love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.